Well, hello once more, and we're back. Let's see, in these videos, if you've been watching for a while, you know that I try and keep them fairly positive and upbeat. But I think it's time to address one issue that has really been plaguing me since the beginning. And people might wonder, well, what's really been the most difficult aspect of this whole experience and recovery? Has it been the loss of mobility, the loss of employability, the kind of getting used to learning to do a whole bunch of things in a brand new way, or relearning to do things? Is it sort of my lack of loss of social contact? There's plenty to choose from, but really the biggest, most difficult factor that has been ongoing and is continuing to this very day is pain. And by pain, I don't just mean physical pain or emotional pain. I mean pain of every imaginable kind. I've had nerve pain, muscle pain, joint pain, headaches, eye strain, uh, toothaches. It's as though every single pain cell in my body has been getting a workout for the past 4.5 years. And I got to be perfectly honest with you, it's really gotten old. There at the outset, I mean, I was in physical pain because I'd lost part of my ability to control my movements, and the body responds to that sort of thing in a lot of dramatic ways, like it sets off a lot of pain signals. Also, as I mentioned at the start of this, when I had the stroke, I fell off my niece's front porch and just landed on the ground in a big thud on my right side, and I had a huge bruise on my right side. My right shoulder really hurt, and that, but after that, just everything started hurting. And it was so bad I couldn't sleep. I mean, of course, for about the first month, I was in two different hospitals. I was in hospital beds, which you can't convince me anybody can sleep in those things. They're so uncomfortable. But even after I got home, I couldn't sleep. I hurt so bad. I was taking ibuprofen and acetaminophen practically by the fistful, and it would just relieve the pain enough for me to sleep for 45 minutes or maybe an hour, and I'd be awake again. And this went on month after month after month. And finally, it subsided a little bit. I mean, it pretty much got to the point where I was talking to God, saying, God, if your plan is to kill me, I wish you'd get on with it, because this is horrible. But little by little, it improved. But still, it's a challenge that I face every day. I've cut my consumption of over-the-counter painkillers by about 75%, because based on blood work I'd gotten back, that stuff was ruining my organs. My blood platelet count was low, and I was losing some organ function. So I had to cut back on my acetaminophen and ibuprofen consumption, especially. Plus, I was really sick of taking it. I had upset stomachs all the time. I just really horrible experiences. So that has been the biggest problem. I mean, not just the discomfort associated with it, but it makes it impossible to get enough rest. And without enough rest, I can't do enough exercise to really improve my motor function. So it's really a vicious cycle that I work very hard at breaking. And I'll be perfectly honest, there are times when I simply can't. I simply cannot do anything other than survive and hope for better luck the next day. So if there are days when I look particularly not too great, like today, I was looking at my image earlier, and boy, do I need a haircut, and I don't think I do great, and I don't really feel too great, to be perfectly honest. So, but that's kind of why, and it's a continual challenge to try and maintain a positive attitude, and it would just plain hurt so much. I know about a year or year and a half or 2 years after my stroke, I started gaining weight, and my doctor, mentioned this to me, and I said, I have to be honest with you, but eating is the only thing I do that doesn't hurt. Everything else I do hurts. I mean, it hurts to lie down, it hurts to walk, it hurts to sit and watch TV. Food was distracting me. That was the only thing. And then I realized, okay, well, I guess I can't do that either. I can't eat, so I guess I'm only left with stuff that hurts. Uh, so luckily, the amount of pain has diminished. But I mean, in the meantime, I would be in so much pain that I would, I bump into things a lot. I don't have a lot of gracefulness in my movements. and I would have bruises on my knee or elbow, or I'd have a small cut, and I'd be bleeding. I would have no idea where I picked up that injury. I was hurt so bad, and my pain level was so high that it didn't even register. To scrape myself a little bit, hurt myself, you know, get a little bruise. I don't know. That's nothing compared to the massive migraine headache I'm fighting, or the fact that my eyeballs feel like they're on fire, or that the joints in my fingers of both hands are killing me. So, oh well. Anyway, I don't mean to get whiny and go on and on about this, but pain is a real challenge, and if there was a way to diminish this, put an end to it, just make me a little bit more, um, hmm, a little less unhappy with the physical sensations, I would go for it in a minute. I can see how it is people get hooked on painkillers, because if I could find one that worked, I'm sure I would take too much of it. So, okay, well anyway, maybe next time I could talk about something a little more positive. I know I want to do a kind of a show and tell on some of the things I use to help me recover. I'll get to that one of these days. So, what about you? I mean, how have you dealt with chronic pain? Because if you got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. I really would. So, please leave a comment or at least a like, and please share this with other people. Um, I continue to get messages that people find these messages inspiring. So, if you know others who need inspiration, please pass this along. But thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.